Listen, for those of you that are going through, for those of us that are waiting on His promise, understand God has not forgotten you. When times get tough, you got to look up to heaven and encourage yourself and say, shall bear they shall mount up on wings, just like an eagle and soar. They shall run and not be weary.
And welcome to another exciting edition of the Brother Marcus Internet Radio and Television Show. I am Brother Marcus, and I'm your host, and I am so thankful to Almighty God for the blessing of being back before you at these beautiful golden microphones and to share another powerful message from the wise men and women who have sent me to tell you. I hope that you're doing well today and this evening. I hope that you're feeling good and strong. I just been down with a bout of just illness in my own personal life, and I just thank God that I'm healthy enough to come back before you on this medium and to talk with you. I greet you all as I always do with love and peace. If you are a Muslim, we simply say Assalamu alaikum to you, and if you are Christian brothers and sisters or from other faiths, we simply say the words of our Jesus, where he greeted the people. He said to the people, "Peace be unto you." And so I'm very happy to talk with you tonight and share with you some inspiration from my teacher. And tonight we're going to take up a very powerful subject, a subject that should be of great interest to all of us. And so I encourage you to, as you listen tonight, to really think about your personal life and think about the different things that have gone on in your life as we talk about our topic tonight. Our topic is the power of our attitudes. The power of our attitudes. And as we talk about this topic tonight, we're going to talk about getting rid of some baggage in our personal life. Baggage that may be slowing us up, and baggage that may be holding us back, baggage that may be influencing every aspect of every relationship that we're already in. So tonight, as we begin to take a look at our attitudes, we thought it would be a good idea to get a good working definition of just what attitudes are. The best way for us to describe to you what attitudes are is the way our minds tend to think about things, or the way they have been orientated to think about things. One of the things that we should immediately understand is that we should never give the complete control of how we think about people, places, and things over to anyone. After all, we are grown adults. You have a brain in your head that should think for you, plan for you, and indeed work for you. No one should ever attempt to tell you how to feel about a person or a group of persons. You have to make your own mind up about this one or that one. All right? And no one should try to tell you where you should go in your life or how you should live your life, because ultimately you don't want to say 10, 15, 30 years down the road that I did what I did because so-and-so made me. They can advise you, they can guide you, but not force you. All right? No one should try to interpret for you how you should feel about your life's past, your life's present, or your life's future. You are capable of making up your own mind about these things. Tonight, we want to talk about making up your own mind, because you have to gain more power over your mind. Of course, we know that there are people who believe that they can think better for you and to plan better for your life than you can or you ever will. And they invest great sums of money and spend a great deal of time trying to get everyone to think just as they think. You know, we want you to take control over your attitude, dear listener. You know, every day we turn on our television or our radio and we see and we hear people expressing how this or that person just makes me sick. How many times have you heard that? that person over there, oh my God, I can't stand them. I want to fight this person. I turn on these wicked television shows like Maury Povich, and I turn on these wicked television shows like Jerry Springer, and he now calls himself the Ringmaster. And you see the American ignorance being masqueraded as reality TV. And as you turn on these TVs and listen to this foolishness, you hear people talking as if they are completely powerless against this other person that's on the show. But that's not true. None of us are powerless. No matter what happens in our lives, we can still choose to have a positive attitude about it or a negative one. Someone doesn't want to be with you anymore, why have to fight that person? You know, they probably are doing you a favor if they don't want to be with you. So don't get all twisted and bent out of shape and let the crud of the personality that the enemy wants you to manifest come forth. Just simply say, okay, well, that's not going to work out with this person, and I'm going to keep it moving, because that's the number one thing you're going to have to do in 2011 and beyond, is you're going to have to learn to keep it moving, and keep it moving very quickly. All right? Just as it is very possible to pick up a bad cold from the people we are around the most, we can also pick up bad attitudes of the people that we get around. These people could be our mothers. You could pick up a bad attitude from your father. You could pick up a bad attitude from your brother or your sister or your aunties or your uncles or your wife or your husband or your coworker, your fellow churchgoer, mosque goer, your friends, and just people that you see all the time who have don't have any special significance to your life. You know, you just probably over the last few years of your life, if you have worked, if you've lived, if you breathed in air with other human beings in a certain place for a certain number of years, then you have undoubtedly picked up some of their attitudes or valences, whether they are good ones or bad ones during that time period. You know, we gain attitudes about people, places, and things after we have experienced a person, a place, or a thing in a certain way or a certain number of times. And sometimes we have had positive experiences, and sometimes we have had very negative experiences with a person or a thing or a situation. Yet that does not mean that we have to take a negative attitude towards it because of those negative experiences. Isn't it so unfortunate that we live in such a negative world like this? The world we live in is so twisted and is so negative that the person who smiles a lot and is friendly toward others is frequently asked, "What's wrong with you? Why are you always so happy?" There are people that we know and love that are truly negative people. It is often fruitless to use your precious time and life to try to get those types of people to have a more positive outlook toward life, because they have already accepted negativity and pessimism as their lifestyle. These types of people come across as very cynical. They are very distrustful and doubtful and have an overall glumness about their lives, and yet they secretly derive joy out of anyone who will put forth an argument to change their mind. But before you can change anyone's mind about anything, that person first has to change their own heart. Because as a man or woman thinks in his or her own heart, so is he and so is she. So life is too short, brother and sister, to try to play the games that some people just love to play. Now, one of the first questions that we ask the participants in our attitude improvement seminars is, what is their attitude towards life? And I'm asking you tonight, what is your attitude towards life? As we get ready to head into another brand new year, what is your attitude towards life become? We ask that question to get an idea of the depth of the person. What does he or she connect your life to? How conscious or how aware are you? We can tell a great deal by the answers that we get. What is most revealing from the question is the person's attitude towards the giver of life, who of course is